Hello and welcome to game 4 against terracubist. We have a kingdom here with some trashing and count. We have lots of gain and specialist. We can draw with well with C chart potentially. C chart is a new card. It showed up once or twice in my games. I haven't spoken a lot about it because it's not very exciting. We don't even pick it up here, but when the game comes around for C chart, we'll talk about it more, I guess. Investment is here as well, another new card. Cheers to that. We can build a bit here. Coven could be a bit annoying, maybe. But the aim of the game here is to get our count, trash down, build up with specialist on artisan. Artisan works well with the labyrinth as well. And move from there, proceed from there. So, how do you get to 5? Well, there are a couple ideas on how to get to 5 here. Silver is one of them. You could also think about something like silver investment. You'd get your trash in earlier with the investment. It is slower than the count though, so maybe that's not something you're interested in. Wishing Well silver is the other option. Wishing Well is not as good here as it usually is because of all these shelters. Too many uniques in the deck to make the wishes reliable. But a single one on the first reshuffle could get you to 5 and could be useful later as well. I choose the well and silver option there, despite the fact that they are shelters. terracubist chooses none of those options. They choose to just draw 5 coppers and buy the count. That is sad, because on this kingdom, seeing that, I mean, you don't want to say you lose the game from turn 1, but how do you fight that? How do you play against that? Not sure. Well, okay, we continue along. Wishing Well silver for me, count nothing for them. I have to hope maybe they bottom deck their count. Maybe. Their turn 3 isn't good. I think it's just our Wishing Well, so okay, that's the first step of the plan to have them bottom deck the count. Wishing Well is still a good pickup though for them. Yeah, so there goes the Wishing Well. Here's my Wishing Well, and look at what happens with mine. I see all of the shelters. What does that mean? I have 6 in my next hand. I get Artisan early. I get Artisan earlier than terracubist. Maybe that's enough compensation. I don't think it is, but I have to take it, right? I have to take it. I can't take the count now. Well, I guess I could, but I don't want to. And we actually get the second part of the plan. The count bottom decks. They don't see any of their Wishing Wells. I was so happy when this happened. I thought I had a chance in the game, actually. We draw 6 again here, which is remarkable. Could be a second Artisan at this point. Maybe it should have been. terracubist goes ahead and trashes with the count. Of course. Makes sense. Maybe they thought about buying Ruined Market here, but I don't think that's any good. Artisan gains a lot, Specialist gains a lot. You don't really care for that plus buy too much, I think, until much later in the game. So what do you do on 6 here? Well, I choose to get a Specialist instead of the second Artisan because the Specialist can gain an Artisan as well. With the Artisan top decks, maybe I could top deck something to pair with the Specialist. Anyways, this turn 6 is devastating for me because the terracubist finds back the count. Again, even if this Artisan was our count, terracubist would have played their count twice before I played mine once. And their deck is very clean at this point. Both their wells drew, I think. So the count loves the big hand size, can easily trash down everything at that point. And then build up back the deck with artisans and specialists. I continue playing this for a few more turns here, but it is looking very bleak, honestly. Discard a couple cards, trash the rest. They probably just kept enough money in their deck to buy an artisan. I gain my count. I top deck my count. So what I would like to do here is draw many cards with the Wishing Well and then trash a lot of them with the count. Terracubist gains their artisan there. So we guess right on the first well. We didn't guess right on the second well. And in fact, we see a specialist. So what I should have done here was top deck the silver and then trash everything. Once I trashed the Overgrown Estate, I would have drawn into the silver, but I did something less optimal. I kept the Overgrown Estate rather in the deck and trashed the 3 coppers instead. So that's bad. Especially when you're behind, you don't want to be making plays like that. Alright, here comes Wishing Well for terracubist. This has to be an artisan play instead of the count. And artisan will probably gain specialist. Just top deck the specialist. It's very likely that specialist collides with one of their 2 Wishing Wells at this point. I do find specialist and artisan, which is good. So I do get that in before them, but my deck has too much junk in it. Hopefully I can get... I need to get lucky, right? I need to see specialist with Wishing Well, and all the Wishing Wells have to connect. I have to get a big trash off with the count, and then maybe I can have a chance. I choose to throw specialist and Wishing Well on top of the deck there. More aggressive is to throw 2 specialists on top of the deck, but I didn't think there was anything in the back, and I was right. So specialist Wishing Well is probably as good as I could have done there. So I potentially have 2 Wishing Well plays here, and hopefully they both draw. I don't know how I'm guessing correctly through the rest of this deck, but we will try. Alright, here's specialist on artisan for terracubist. They gain another specialist, and they gain another specialist. They have 2 more specialists by another Wishing Well. Alright, this well misses because there's so many uniques in the deck. That Overgrown Estate that I should have trashed shows up, and I miss again. This is very sad. I think briefly about C chart. I still think Wishing Well is better than C chart. And we don't stick around for too much longer here. Terracubist manages to find specialist, artisan, so that's not looking good. That is not a good look for us, folks. So they do manage to gain quite a few cards here. I think they print another artisan as well. They are able to draw through their deck, I think, with all the Wishing Wells. They have the lead off the Labyrinth points, a much thinner deck. I have no compensation. I have nothing, really. No compensation whatsoever here. So once I see this turn through until the end or near the end, I decide to call it a game. At this point, I don't feel bad about this one because I can't do anything about people playing count twice before I would have even had a chance to play mine. So I couldn't do anything there. The game didn't want me to win this one. Alright, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Wow, I actually take a turn here. I usually conclude after I say see you in the next one, but I'm surprised. Oh yeah, because I knew the bottom of the deck. I spoke prematurely, apologies. If you're still here, thank you for watching. Alright, let me just skip to the end because this is just painful. All these Wishing Wells miss. Artisan, maybe top deck a specialist. Yeah, no, this is a much better choice. Thank you. Alright, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.